to stream. What? Why didn't that show up? All right. Now I'm going to do the other stuff. So I'm adding Instagram. Adding the Instagram. Okay, wait, what? Okay. Going and regrouping. Going on Instagram. I'm on Instagram now. I'm on Instagram. Doing my live. Okay. Yay. Okay, here we go. Oh, what? Enable. No, that's not what we're trying to do. We're just trying to go live. Okay. Oy vey. These things. Ay, ay, ay. Okay, so now I'm having a problem. I'm supposed to have charged. I didn't charge my phone from yesterday. And so now we're having some problems. I don't know. Why is it in the bottom like that? So annoying. Okay. How much? It's got 16%. Son of a bitch. Gosh darn it. What? All right. Don't know. I'll be editing all of this out. I'm now live and don't know how I'm going to do it, but I'm going to do it. You know? Yeah, that's not cool. No. Okay. If I did it upside down, that sucks. Gosh darn it. So I won't be able to be live on my Instagram for too long. Well, how much do I have on here? I've got a little bit more. Hey, way better. How are you? I'm signing up right now. I'm signing on to all of my things and trying to finagle things and put things in order. Ladies and gentlemen. And one of them is going live. I'm going. Oops. Here we go. Oop. Never mind. What happened? I almost dropped my phone. Oh, I went live anyway. I'm live. How are you? Let me see if I can put this onto that. And then, let's see. A bit messy. You know what? This is real. I'm being real here. Like, this is the real thing. Like, I know I'm not. Clean this off. Just make sure. There we go. Yeah. I hope. I'm okay. I'm just setting things up. Did I go live on there? I think I did. But I went I'm an hour later than what I normally would be doing. You get what I'm saying? And you know what? I'm not even going to it's it is what it is at this point. It's not like I haven't been consistent. It is just some days you feel better than others. You got your good days, your bad days, and your halfway days. This morning was one of those halfway days, and I'm working on recouping. So I'm here. I'm here over an hour and a half later than what I would normally do, but I did not put a live notification on purpose because I wasn't trying to put myself through that pressure. So, how are you? What's going on with you? I still need to look at the video that we did before and like chop it up and put it out there on my other platforms because I know that everybody, there's like, well, first of all, I like that people have different views, different points of views, and to hear them. I like to hear different points of views. I don't care if it's, considered mean or hate speech. I want to hear what it is and where you're coming from and how you're saying it so that I can have a good rebuttal if I need it or whatnot. Somebody, like, I think twice, somebody came on and was like, "Your star is ugly. Why are you wearing that yucky star?" And it was like, "Oh, okay. Well, tell me more about this presumably yucky star. Why is it yucky to you? What is going on?" You know, people are like, "You should report him." Hell no. I don't want to report him. I want to know where this is coming from. Why is this person thinking this way? What's going on? Um, then they just run and hide, which is like, come on. If you got something to say it, but at the same time, let everybody know why and where you're coming from when you're doing this so that, we can understand. I know that some people will get triggered, just like, you know what? It's okay. But you don't want these things to be hidden underneath the surface. And then when something explodes out, people are like, I can't believe, I was shocked and appalled. I cannot believe people think this way. Well, why would you not? You have been censoring them from being able to express themselves. And so then they get resentful and angry. And then they explode in rage and these type of things. So you want to know what this person is saying, if they're leaning towards bigotry, racism, if they're leaning towards whatever ism, you want to hear it. And maybe somebody that may be close to them may be able to be like, you know what? You're seeing these things and it's alarming. I have contrary views. We can communicate. Let's talk and see where you're coming from and why. And usually there's like a hurt or something that's going on. Nobody's listening to them. They're not being expressed. How are you guys on TikTok? And so you really, really want to have somebody that comes on. Sometimes I get a lot of trolls. Somebody's asking me, what's your favorite type of potato chips? What is this? Oh, Saturday. I don't have any. I don't have any favorite types of potato chips because I don't eat that junk. I don't do it. I'm sorry if that triggers you, but I don't eat that. It's not going to go into my mouth because they put a lot of the way that they process things. Make your own potato chips. But then you made me okay, we're gonna get on some touchy subjects. Oh, way better. You maybe want to stay away from the nightshade, which is, I believe, in potatoes. You know, but that's just not for me. So no potato chips for me. I don't do them. Back in the day when I was younger, I would have like, what do you call it? Plantain chips. He says oils. Okay, good. Yeah, oils. The oils that they're putting on, people think that they're like canola oil. What fruit? What vegetable? What? Where is that coming from? They People are just not knowing what they're putting in their body, so you got to be really aware. So yeah, potato chips, thumbs down. No, thank you. What are yours? Oh, Saturday. And why do you call yourself Oh Saturday? That's a pretty that's a nice name. I actually like it. Saturn's Day. That's what Saturday usually, well, pagan way. That's what it was. And we celebrate that day. We love that day. Oh my God, Saturday. It's my day. Yeah, nightshade. I could be wrong, but I could have sworn that potatoes have a form of nightshade in them. Okay, wait a minute. Yeah, sometimes I see you guys, some people on TikTok, sometimes you have like very zany names, and I love it. I love it. But then sometimes there's some guys that say some really crazy things in their names, and then they want to complain about women, and you're just like, change your name, sir. You're wearing your emotions on your sleeve. Maybe you might change that name, and then you'll see a change in mindset, and then you will see a change in the way that you are attracting certain types of women. People have done the name change for a long time. And hey, it worked for Marilyn, Marilyn Monroe. Miss Norma Jean herself changed her name. You gotta. There's a lot of people who do that. Try it. But anyway, yes. Oh, Saturday, please let me know why you call yourself that. Good morning. If you need a kidney, let me know. I have two. You know what, gibberish? I'm gonna tell you this. You might want to keep both of them. You don't want to be overextending yourself like that when it comes to giving too much of yourself. You think you're being nice, but that's a bit too much. Save your kidneys. People will be like, well, what about the people that have problems with their kidneys and they need a donation? You know what? Before it gets to that point, you might want to start understanding what is going on in your body before you make it get that bad, and then you need a transplant. And then also, you don't really want to listen to some of the rhetoric that's going on medically because there's a lot of money in it and not for you. Okay. Good morning from Massachusetts. Hi, Massachusetts. Okay, let's see. Hey, Everett. Oh, you know what? I was like, yesterday and today it's just been a lot. So I'm like thinking about like doing my lives like a few times a week and not every 5 days, because I'm really like it's wearing me down and I'm not able to edit and do the things that I desire to do. If any of you guys are editors or know anybody that does stuff with video editing, please let me know, because I would love 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 to have some more of my stuff out there. I've also discovered that like I have like some videos that I have edited. However, I'm not able to put them up because I have the wrong type of account on TikTok. So I have to change it to a personal one so I'm able to, do something more. I love music. I love things that are moving and animating, but when it comes to business on these things, they kind of inhibit you, and I'm not really trying to be in all that. So you guys are going to see change. I got some videos that I have edited that I think that you guys might like. By the way, if you guys like what I'm saying, or this is the first time that you're hearing me or anything like that, please give me a thumbs up. It would really help me a lot. It would help me greatly. Um, at the same time, if you have questions or like really serious questions about manifestation, I'm glad to talk on it, speak on it. If you have contrary beliefs, if you are a Christian and you are here and you're like, I don't believe these things about manifestation, and you want to be combative about it, I'm going to probably make you very upset, because I do not back down, because I do a lot of reading and I, just like, no. But if you're a Christian that's like, hey, you know what? I really want to hear a different point of view, because I have absolutely no idea about manifesting and I'm very curious about it, and I'm hearing other people talk about it, but they're not really explaining things. I have questions. I'll be happy to answer these questions for you, because a lot of times people don't know and they're afraid to answer things that they don't know. If I don't know what I'm going to tell you, I don't know. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't like to play any games. I think we got married in my dreams. Oh, you are so, what is it? Calving? Good, Calving Ibsen or something like that. Tell me more about my eyes. Thank you. That's so nice. You know what? Sometimes you guys can be very sweet, and I really appreciate it, because you get a lot of battle wounds having to fight off the trolls, and trust me, I will jab a troll in the dick, right, and no hesitation. No, I will not hesitate. Yes, I do. was I off? I think oh, it still it continued, but whoever was on is gone. But yeah, I will, that whole they go they go low and I go high thing does not work for me. You go low, I will go high just enough to punch you right in the trachea or the giblets. You know what I mean? I'm going for something. Okay? Okay? Don't think that I'm not going to please don't do it. Please. Oh, but so thank you for the nice compliment. It really, because you guys, I'm a human being. I'm a human, and I really, I have feelings and emotions, and I really like when people are nice, so that I can be nice. Yes, there are reasons for two. I don't know where that's from. Okay, Hawaii. I don't know if that person's still on here, but I was in Hawaii. I was in Hawaii last year around my birthday, and I never uploaded any of these videos. The thing is, I have a lot of videos of travels that I've done and never uploaded them. I don't know why. I think it's the whole editing thing. And then I don't know. I need to work on that. I need to do better. You guys, if you guys want to see some of my traveling videos or hear anything about any of my travels, please give me a thumbs up, give me a heart, say something, leave a message, something. Because I don't know if people really want to know all that stuff. Okay. Balance. Take a breath and then exhale. Relax. Thank you. Everett, you were missed in my class this weekend. I didn't forget. Okay. Ramona. Oh, well, I'm glad that you guys are following me. Oh, I dreamt that you're very cute. Oh, well, thank you. Thank you very much. You gotta thank my parents. The good genes. I don't know. I'm just saying these things because frankly it makes me uncomfortable. And I'm still okay, so I teach people about manifestation, but I'm still learning about manifestation. And I'm not perfect. There's things that I have to work on within myself. There are things that I'm able to manifest and things that I struggle with, and I'm not even going to lie about it. Um, but at least I recognize, I got to work on that. I really do. Um, so I do. Oh wait, battery. My battery is going down on my Instagram. Get in there. All right. So, and you better act right. Yes, I'm talking to my electronics right now. Do you know Everett said something about you're very electric because of the electricity? I just had something very profound happen yesterday, and as things were unfolding, an electrical storm came about, and whenever like I was talking with somebody, whenever something like really in your face happened, no lie, the thunder like, would just be like crazy. It actually freaked out the person that I was actually speaking with because it was just like, this is odd. And it's like, yeah, this is, this is me. Sometimes you notice, sometimes you might even look at videos and somebody might say something that's like really interesting. And when they're saying it, you'll see something happen like birds fly or whatever. Pay attention to these things. The universe, it always talks to you. It's not as mysterious as you think. We just have to be open enough to like listen and talk and pay attention. Okay, yeah, I understand. Um, hi Mia on fire. One. Hi, how are you? I'm talking about manifestation on here, and I'm reading. Okay, so I'm on TikTok. Ooh, somebody wants to join. Okay, sure. Let's see. We're gonna have somebody come on and join. By the way, you guys, Mia on fire. I'm letting you on. I don't know what's happening. Was it a mistake? Let me know. Oh, here you go. Hi, hi. So you guys, somebody named me. Hold on, I'm trying to get your name. Mia on fire. Maya. Sorry, I am. I apologize. Maya on fire. Number one has joined me on my Instagram, and I'm on TikTok, so I'm letting people know. I'm also doing something on YouTube, so they're gonna hear a little bit of the audio. There's not gonna be like really in your face. I wish that I could make it that way, but we'll see. I'm working on my editing skills. If you know anybody that does something with editing, please let me know. See how this works out. But yeah, what makes you decide you want to join? I don't mind talking with people.
You know what? I have been looking at your page.
Oh, really?
Yes. Oh, yes. Yes. I scrolled. I look at people's pages, especially when you get like new people on Instagram. They send us notifications, letting us know that promoting your page and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I'm really about empowering Black women right now because I've noticed, like, especially at my age, I'm 36 now. There's a lot of us that have a lot of mental exhaustion and physical exhaustion that we're not paying any attention to. And I think that Black women have been giving so much for so long.
Yes.
We don't know how to take care of ourselves. That's why I love your page.
Okay. Well, I'm glad. Okay, I'm trying to put this all together because I just realized I don't know if you guys can hear what she's saying on TikTok, and I'm going to put my mic on so that it will pick up, what's going on. I was like, oh no, you guys, let me know if you guys can hear what she's saying. Um, ah, inside of my whatchamacallit. Okay. Um, so I'm glad that you're joining. I mean, I I just talk to whoever is going to listen. Um, I I'm going to say this honestly. I think that I'm hoping that you don't get triggered, but I'm thinking that yeah, because I'm like I can't do anything but be like honest about it. I don't think that it's a Black woman problem. I think it's a woman in general problem. But because you are identifying as somebody that sees yourself in this one way, you see other women that are like you, and you feel like it's that way. But I feel like there is, because I have friends from all over, and when I hear them, they're saying the same shit. And I'm like, you guys are we're exhausted. They're tired. And I'm gonna tell you this. I'm going to say there is a lot to do with money and people who do not understand certain type of things about I'm trying to be very gentle about what people who I just women. Okay, I'm trying to be politically correct. Women, what women are by nature doing, what they do, what they like to do, and money making people think, oh, you should be working yourself to the bit, to the bone, and da 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 da. And it's like, no, no, we should not. It should not be this way. And because of this,
No, it should not.
yes, and because of this, there's a lot of exhaustion, and the women are feeling it a lot more. Although the men too, like I'm not a feminist. Okay, just so you guys, I'm not a feminist, and I'm not somebody that like I don't like bad behavior from women or men. There's sometimes women that are like, oh, I have friends, guy friends that I wouldn't tell my friends to date. Why are they your friends? They shouldn't be. You know what I mean? Like if you see a man acting foolishly, I feel like there was back in the day. Let's say I'm gonna say back in the day. Let's say when courting was a thing. Okay. So Victorian age, whatever, you're not dating because it's fun. You're not doing these things. You're supposed to be acting a certain way. And if there was a man that was talking to multiple women, That was disgusting at the time. It was looked down upon. Then it became a bit more common as time got a bit more slack. We called it Playboy. Now, player. We don't
Okay.
even say Playboy, we say player. And then it's now a thing to revere. Like, yes, right? But it's not only that. Now the women are doing the same thing. And it's like, it didn't look good when the guys were doing it. And it's not looking good when the women are doing it. And so maybe we should just really take a moment, take pause, and recognize there is
You
some
know
sort of,
what?
yeah,
I was raised Pentecostal. I was raised in a very strict household, so
yeah,
I was never a promiscuous woman. I was a cheerleader, so I had several friends, that dated whoever, whenever, for whatever reason, and things like that. But
mm-hmm,
I've noticed that, like, I forward to relationships because I take them seriously, and I have a lot of things that I have to work on before I get to that part of my life. But I've never been a promiscuous woman. I've
yeah,
always been with men that, they appear to be faithful and loving creatures, but then, you get phone calls because I'm from Nashville. It's a small town.
Nashville.
Girl,
I have
your
a cousin
man
that
is
lives
over
out there.
here. Girl, he's over there. I've had it where exes have showed up with kids and we've been together 5 years.
Uh-huh.
And he was so good at it. I didn't know. Nobody knew, But I just learned that I have to take time to get to know people. Men love
Yes.
rushing into relationships with me. They love that. You know what I mean?
So these things that you're talking about, just, so I'm sorry to cut you off, but the things that you're mentioning right now, these are stuff that deal with manifestation, right? And
Yeah.
what you're attracting inside of your life.
Yeah.
Because you said you were Pentecostal. I don't know the details of that religion. I do know it's part of the Christian religion, and anything to do with most religion has a
Very
lot to do.
strict.
Okay, has a lot to do with shame, and that's an
Yeah.
emotion that gets brought up a lot. And then you will find yourself in other situations where you're feeling shame, and it doesn't have to necessarily be shame in that you're sleeping around or anything like that. It's like shame in having the wool pull over your eyes, and you felt like, I how did I not know? I feel really ashamed, shamed in
Yeah.
just your body or something, that sort of stuff. So the thing is, when you're dealing with manifestation, it is learning the emotions that are being brought up and then addressing them and then turning them about in such a way where you're like, no, I'm not going to beat myself up. Sure, you make mistakes, but we don't have to beat ourselves up. Oh,
Yes.
by the way, I have this all in the face right here. Look at that. Oh, sorry, YouTube. So you're not beating yourself up in that way. You're actually saying, you know what, I'm going to take it easy on myself, readjust my thoughts about what I understand about certain things, especially with
Okay.
religion, doing things and impressing things on your mind, culture, parentage, lack of guidance, all that. Well, there's a whole block of your life where you're just like a sponge and you're just absorbing all these things and you just don't know. So then when you encounter, certain things in your life, you're trained, you're programmed to work a certain way. And
Yeah.
then you just automatically fall suit into it. And then when you become a bit more aware, you're like, oh, this is a pattern. I seem to have this same thing going on here. Let me adjust myself in some way here. And I
Yeah.
actually also encourage that people do not separate themselves from people. Like, yes, take pause, take a moment, start breathing, start writing, do whatever. But entire blocks of your life shouldn't just be by yourself. You need to have like feedback, like have people that make you recognize, oh, you know what, I do interrupt, or I do have this tendency to feel guarded around people, like I'm afraid
But
to open up.
how do you get that out of people? And how do you find those people? Because I've been looking for those people my entire life because I am that person. I'm not going to sit back and let my friend mess up their life without at least checking them once, maybe twice, let them know, hey, have you took a mental break yet and checked in with yourself lately? Because that's not good. How do you get that from other
Okay,
people?
so this is
It's
what I'm
hard because you know what? Some people have a fear, I believe, that you'll do better. Like they want you to stay at the same level that you're on because
okay,
you're already
I
an
got you.
amazing person.
I got what you're
You know
saying.
what I mean?
So
It's hard for me to get that kind of criticism from people.
so I get exactly what you're saying. So let me clarify. Everybody inside of your life is not necessarily meant to be your friend, but everybody that's you're encountering in your life is meant to be a way of feedback for you to understand what's going on, where you are, what's happening, right? You can utilize these people
Okay.
in that aspect. Like me and you talking right now, it's like, oh, okay, I'm getting
Yeah.
feedback from this person and how I need to communicate, how I'm acting. She's reflecting things back to me that makes me see, oh, I see that in myself. And let me yeah, seriously, I'm dead serious, right? We're not the best of friends or anything. Like, I just met you. However, I'm utilizing this to be like, oh, okay, yeah, I totally get what you're saying. And when you're doing these things, then people start coming around, and then you're picking and choosing who
Yeah.
you're going to let into your world on a permanent basis versus not. So I'm not saying you're like best of friends, but I'm saying people interacting with you so that you understand where you are spiritually, mentally, and whatever. Because sometimes some people are like, oh, I can't be around these people because I get triggered. Why?
Yeah.
Why is that happening? Why are we getting so triggered in such an like, why is this happening, you know? This is what I mean. So Lenny's like, well, wait a minute. Why are you in situations where you're around these type of people? Why do you find yourself
Yeah.
so much in this situation where you're able to say these people, who you calling these people? You know what I mean? But then you have to take pause. Like, wait a minute. I seem to find myself in this type of situation a lot. Why? What is going on? And then you might dig and you might, you know what? I have fears of connecting with people because I'm afraid of rejection. Okay, that's something that I'm going to open up to and try to go from there, like that. So not everybody I'm saying is going to be your friend. What I'm saying, like right now we're interacting. This is helpful for yourself as well as for me. You get what I mean? There's people on my TikTok right now. Wait, has anyone ever told you that you looked like Kerry Washington? Yes, I've had that. Have a good day. Oh, you're back. I remember you. I've had somebody say that actually one of her actually really good friends told me that. I went to a place called Soho House, and this girl was like, you know, you look like Harry Washington. I was like, hi, okay, I thank you. She's like, I should know. She's like one of my best friends. I was like, that's nice. I'm going to wipe my hands now and go out of the bathroom because yeah, I was like, I'm not somebody that gets starstruck. But then again, Kerry Washington, I think she's gorgeous. She's also West Indian, and I think sometimes people just look at this. You're like, you have that look. You look like one of those island people. Like, yeah, I guess that's what it is. But yeah, yes, when you start to see things where people come into your life as forms of results, then you start to recognize your feedback, your interaction, and then you decipher what's going on from there and how you want to further intermingle with that person or how you want to adjust yourself. If you have friends and you recognize that you're not able to communicate with them a certain way, you got to think about that because sometimes people are not necessarily your friends. Um, Somebody said great celebrity story. Is that celebrity story? What? I have plenty of those. You guys like that type of stuff? Like I had somebody that's like, so I didn't even meet her. She was her friend. And it was like one of those things. Like I've got celebrity stories. You want to hear celebrity stories? Like I can. I had a conversation with that guy who was on that show. Okay, wait, Anthony. His name is Anthony. He was from Blackish, the main character.
I know what you're talking
What
about.
is his name again? Anybody know his name? Please leave
I
the.
can't remember his name either.
He was a very nice guy. He okay. He was extremely. He for some reason I was like, why are you back here with all the peasants and coach on flights from California? Because he's like, well, he ran out of room and for the first class, so I had to hurry up and get out. I was like, oh. So we started to talk a little bit, and he's talking to me about his one episode that came out about guns on Blackish, and I was like, yeah, I really like the show. It's really cool, blah blah blah. And this man, I was like, you guys, and this is where the rub comes in. He did not agree with us at all. I said, you guys are talking about like the Black American experience. I really would love if you guys could do a show on the different types of Black people because not everybody with the that's black is from America. We're not the
Okay.
same. We're not all the same. You can't look at a Panamanian and be like, you're the same as a Jamaican, as a African. We're not. We don't have the same types of mindsets, and we have different perspectives. And people will look at you and think you're like. So I didn't know anything about. I think it was Juneteenth. I didn't know anything about Juneteenth, and they were like, "You're black. You're supposed to know." I was like, "Look, man, I'm sorry." I was like, "Wait a minute. What did you eat for breakfast?" Because I had liver and green banana for breakfast without any type of like hesitation. Any black American hearing me say that would be like, "What are you doing?" You know what I mean? You can't sit there and say that we're all the same. That's not fair. When I said this
No,
to
that's
him,
not true.
yeah, he said,
Because if
no.
black people from America can go out and tell somebody's African, you know doggone well we're not all the same. We don't view each other the same. We can tell by the features,
Yes.
sometimes the color of the skin,
Yeah.
how good the texture of their hair is.
Yeah.
Because they didn't come up in this strange humidity like we did. They got hair down to their butts, and they are nowhere from you.
So I was trying to say
I
this.
had to touch past my shoulders. I don't know how those girls do that.
Wait, say that again. You what? Something about?
I said I can barely get my hair to come down past my shoulders. I don't know how African women get here and their hair all down their butts and all that.
I'll tell you. I'll tell you this.
By looking at us, we
No.
are not the same type of people.
I'll tell you
There's
this.
no way you cannot tell American black from somebody that's actually from Africa.
I'll tell you this. When it comes to the hair, like I always had a lot of problems with my hair because I had long hair. But the way that they would tease me was just whatever. However, there's different things. Yeah, like I was just like, "You're not black." I was like, "What are you?" They would just be brutal with me. I don't even know. I didn't. I have a very mixed family. They were just really terrible. Like my hair is constantly pulled back because you guys, I'm working hard. I'm working hard to get my stuff out there. I need to wash my hair. So when you see my hair pulled back like this, and some people are like, your head is really.
Gigi, you are fine. There is nothing wrong with you.
I know, but I'm just saying, like, I'm just telling you about my hair journey, where people will talk about my hair when I was younger because they couldn't understand how it would be so long. But then when I would listen to some of the stuff that they were doing and eating, I'd be like, oh, yeah, no, I would never do that. And so there's a difference. And it's also what's going on inside. It's not necessarily on the outside, it's the inside. And the people like, well, I eat healthy. You would be surprised what you think is healthy. Your body is like, do not give me this anymore. And because you've deadened yourself to certain things, spiritually and physically, your hair won't grow. And that's I'm just being straight up. Straight up.
That brings me back to the stress I was talking about that black women have been encountering, that we've been neglecting all these years. Lord Jesus. Gigi, when I was growing up,
Yeah.
my friends, my white friends, they were really good with checking in with their mental health. Their parents sent them therapy. They gave them medications, things like that. You know what with me and the majority of my black friends experience? Church. They just sent us to church.
Yeah, you know.
And you know what? Church is good. It's good. Don't get me wrong. But sometimes it's certain things you can't discuss with your pastor.
You know what?
Some things have to come from peers.
I'm gonna tell you this, because if you're watching my channel, then you know that I'm not a Christian, and I do have opposing views, and I don't want to be disrespectful, especially to your beliefs. But I'm just going to tell you that with the church, there are a lot of things. There are a lot of things. Yeah, there are a lot of things that. Sometimes I would see entire church, everybody's morbidly obese, and it's like there's something going on where they're not being able to express in ways, and they're holding up a lie, and it's a problem, and nobody's addressing it, and they're also not being told. I can't tell you how many people that I knew that were gay that were in the church, and it's like a known thing, and then it's like. I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of toxic things that are going on in there that really need to be addressed. One of the things also is the fact that the misinterpretation of the stuff inside the Bible is not being clarified, is just being further deepened into the misunderstandings of things. And people are not stepping up and out and saying, huh, well, especially because African Americans feel like they've been jilted of things, then why are you clinging to this one thing that told you that slavery was actually the right thing to do, and not inspecting why they came up with that? What is going
Lack
on?
of resources.
No, there's no lack of resources. It's
You don't think
complacency.
so?
No, it's complacency. Absolutely not. There's everybody can pick up a book, but they are just
Because, you
complacent.
know, since I've been here, I've been working in government. I've met several congresswomen
Yeah.
and with a lot of people. I actually held and helped together a congressional technical meeting here in Los Angeles.
Oh, you're in
And
LA, you
they
guys.
felt like there's a huge gap between the poor and the rich. And they call it a technological gap. And it's like it's the lack of resources that people have that prevent them from doing better.
I'm going to tell you this. I'm going to firmly push back and say I do not agree. I think it's more of a lack of curiosity.
Okay.
Because I know my family came from nothing. Okay? And then they were like, I wonder what's over there. And then with that wonderment, that's going to bring about different changes and manifestations in your life. And then they are found. There was a story about this girl. She's a black woman. No, she's an African. In, like, you know, the rubbish, the rubble, whatever, where they had clothes and piles of stuff from Youssef or whatever. This girl saw a magazine of a ballerina and said, I want to do that. Now she's in the nothingness of Africa. She had a vision in her mind, and now she's doing that. But it was by a series of events that led her into that. She had nothing, okay? But she did have that curiosity. What is this? What is this thing here that I'm seeing where this girl is in this outfit and she's on her toes? I love this. What is this? That's all it takes. Now, yes, 3D world is going to tell you you have to have all these resources, you have to do all these things. It comes after the mind change. So when people start to understand that there's stuff inside of the religions that are being said that you do not understand and you don't agree with, rather than saying I don't like this and I'm just going to be an atheist, or I don't believe in this, I'm going to shut this down, you might want to be like, where did this come from? Why is this happening? And then you start to get curious, and then you'll get the answers. And then you get more curious when that happens and things come to you, and you'll be amazed at where curiosity will lead you. I found myself in different places in the world just because I was curious, and you not knowing how things are going to come up. How am I going to make this happen? I don't care. I want to know about this. I'm going to find this out. I'm going to find this out. And it happens. So the other thing that you're saying is lack of resources. I'm going to say that it's more over like somewhat of a woe is me, I don't have these things. And trust me, I know that sounds harsh. It sounds like pull yourself up by the bootstraps.
Maybe like if the resources that you believe don't exist aren't where you are, you believe that maybe you need to explore other areas.
That's one thing. Or
and I think that's a major problem from what I've seen from people in the South. You know what I mean? They're afraid to leave because they believe it's the best place in the world.
Sometimes
it may be, but there's a lack of jobs and opportunities that they don't talk about because the cost of living is so low and it attracts more people, which brings more money. But I have friends that, they'll probably never leave.
Yeah, and that's a fear.
Like you're complaining about your surroundings, but you're not changing them.
Yeah, that's a fear. I lived in New York City for a long time, and there were some people that had not ever left their block. They never went to Manhattan. Like I lived up in the Bronx. Like, yeah, go down to Manhattan. They're like, no, I've never left this area. Castle Hill, I just stay here. I just know this block. And you're like, ooh, that's a form of agoraphobia. Did you know that? They don't know. Yeah. They don't recognize that. That's just fear. And like people were like, well, they don't have the resources at the time. $1.50 to go on the subway and see what's going on in Manhattan, I don't believe you. As a matter of fact, let me snatch that Coke out of your hand because you're about to take another swig of that poison juice, which you could have been using to go and be curious about. Man, I would have nothing but like $5 on me. And I'd be like, I'm gonna take this is like sometimes it would be like a seven at the time was like a 7 round trip. Like you can go anywhere in the city for like $7 or something.
Yeah.
$5 in my pocket and be like, I'm just gonna go. Come back later on in the night using my $5. You get what I mean? And it was just curiosity. A lot of people are taught to shy away from it. That's why. And I know that it sounds very mean. It sounds like no, but when you start to talk to people that have the stuff, you're saying they don't have the ability. If you if you just have a regular conversation with them and you're like, well, why this and why that? They're like, I don't know, because I can't because of this, because some outside opposing force is telling me that I can't do it and I need to have money and I need this and this. Well, did you ever like walk down the street to your library or they don't have a library, but you have a phone that you're texting somebody on right now. I'm pretty sure on there you can go to duckduckgo.com because sometimes Google ain't it. Or you can Google things to find things out. What more do you need other than to just be curious? And then what happens is when you become curious, things just start flooding to you. Just be curious. That's all you need. Man, it's so amazing how there's like some woman were like, I just knew he was doing this to me. How did you know he was doing that? Well, something told me to go look in his phone and scroll through and go inside that one file underneath the other thing that's hidden by the other thing inside of this other area. How did it find that? How did you do that? I don't know. I just knew something. You got curious. That's how. That is how. They. How did this happen? But people don't want. They don't want to admit that. That's a part of the thing. Is you're curious, and it sounds. Trust me when I tell you. I know that I sound mean or harsh or like you just grew up privileged and you don't understand. I totally get it.
I grew up privileged and I still don't understand, so that doesn't do anything for me, but it was far from broke. I just, I'm not actually all the time. I'm at work right now. Go out looking any kind of way. I'm at work. But I don't know anything. And I don't think that having money gave me any special privileges other than I can go buy this and I can go buy that. Other than that, I'm from the South. Color mattered. And I never saw color until I started working, especially in the healthcare field. And then that's when I noticed when it mattered. And it bothered me.
Well, I'll tell you.
It bothered me not to see a lady looking like me working in management or in human resources. Mm-hmm. And Nashville is still now just starting to allow people of color in those positions. It's a slow progress. So I left. I got my check, Gigi. I was gone. Do you understand?
Yeah, you got up and you were like, I don't want to see this anymore. Yeah.
I couldn't take it anymore. I couldn't. Because I was like, there's no way in the world you can convince me that this is the best for me. 5-bedroom house. I have a basketball court in the backyard. It still wasn't enough.
Yeah.
It wasn't enough. It's like somebody said, well, she's already got a house. She doesn't need to make much money.
Yes. So then when you hear people say certain things about, having certain privileges, and then you see the movie stars or whatever, it's like, I just was miserable. And the people are like, well, poor you with all your money and your big mansions. You know what I mean? So now you understand what it is that they're talking about. There's like a hole that cannot be filled unless you actually.
That's a lot of people I had to push out of my life.
Yeah, and
just to get to this point. You know what I mean? And I'm happy. And people will swear up and down, you don't have a man. How can you be happy? You need to
okay, wait a minute. Wait. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Okay, I understand exactly what you're saying, and I understand what they're saying as well. one of the things that you, because I'm listening to you, there's a defensive thing that's going on, and it's like, oh, I can see why you have a hard time with, with the friends, and the women that you're saying that, you want to be able to tell women, hey, this is the thing, I'm your friend, and you want to have this reciprocated type of stuff going on. So
Yeah.
yeah, and I can understand why it's difficult, because it's like, no, I'm not, there's no shade.
And I
No,
appreciate the honesty.
I can understand why it's difficult in that there is, like, you want to connect, right? But then you're attracting certain things in your life that's not allowing for you to connect. And I believe the reason why is because your focus is on the things that are not allowing for you to connect. And because of that, you're
Yes.
going to see more and more people that telling you about you should have this and you're not happy because of that. And it's like, oh, okay, I get it. Stop talking to those people and start looking at the things that you actually really, really would like to get more into. Because there is nothing wrong with having a counterpoint. I like men. And I think that most women, yeah, most women, like, even if you're,
I
into
like men too. That's not going away anytime
well, I'm
soon.
just saying, like, sometimes
That's
there's
not
some
going away
people that
anytime
are
soon.
in a lesbian relationship, they want to have their counterpoint. So there may be somebody that's more masculine in nature, they want a feminine, they're basically, I'm saying, and there's no judgment, okay, I'm just saying what I'm
Girl,
trying to
sometimes my face takes over. I don't mean that.
what I'm trying to say is this: they're saying this because they understand that you're a heterosexual woman, and there's got to be a counterpoint. And so this is what they're saying, and it's not you need to have a man. It's like there's no counterpoint. But you also said that you're starved of having reciprocated type of energy. So I'm saying, hey, this is right here the thing that's going on that I'm recognizing. You're looking at the problems and not looking at the things that you actually like, and that is difficult. It's
Yeah.
difficult. Like sometimes this is when they're like, be grateful, and you're like, but I fucking hate everything that's going on right now. What are you talking about? I have to do this, and then it gets overwhelming, and so you just see things that you don't like, but then you're like, you know what? I don't know what I actually do like about the things that I have. And the things that you do have, you may be like, yeah, but like I got money, but it was like only $10, and I asked for $100. And it's like, yes, but you got the money, and there's not part of you like, wait a minute, I did get the money. What else did I need to do so I can get it to the 100? Because I got 10, which is a 1. It's just missing another 0. What do I need to do? That's the curiosity. You get what I'm saying? Then the connecting with the people and that sort of stuff. It's like how you feel around certain people. You're like, I don't like this feeling anymore, and I don't like it being highlighted anymore. And actually, whenever I think about it, it makes my blood boil. I get very angry. I get very da 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 da. I don't want to deal with that. What do I want? I want connection. Well, what does that feel like? Sometimes you don't even know what it feels like. You just know. Like, I was just listening to an interview with Marilyn Monroe. She says, I didn't know what it was that I wanted. I just knew I wanted to be wonderful. So that was a feeling that she embodied. And now whenever you look at Marilyn Monroe, like, God darn it, that look, it just, she was so wonderful. Like, I don't know what it is. And she was very much so into manifesting, because there was like an interview she had with somebody when they're like, we're in the middle of New York City and nobody's noticing you. She's like, oh, it's because I didn't turn it on. So then she turned on the Marilyn, and then everyone was like, oh my God, it's Marilyn Monroe. Right? It's because she's able to get out of a certain mindset of, I don't want to be seen, versus I'm hi, I'm Marilyn. Right? So what's going on with you is that you're like inside of this thing of, there are problems. I'm not happy with where I am right now, and I'm not able to notice anything else but that, because it's in my face. Even when you were like, I went to the congressperson and they were, what's the problem? Why can't we do this? Keyword. What is the problem? Why can't we? Right? And then I was like, oh no, they're like, there's no resources. Like, no, there's just no curiosity. Like you can meet people and they're shamed even into being curious. I mean, into not being curious, basically. They're like, well, why do I have to wear a Gucci belt? Couldn't I just make my own belt? Ah, get out of here. You gotta support that family of Gucci. Those Italians, they need our money. We I don't know. People are like into brand names, and I'm like, make up your own thing. Like, how do they make that belt? Aren't you curious? Where did that happen? But
Yeah.
there's always like a flip, and they're like, no, you don't understand. There's a struggle. I understand that there is a struggle, but I also understand to focus on the struggle will bring about more struggle. So calming yourself down, helping yourself to be like, you know what? I don't feel at peace right now. I feel like I'm struggling and I'm
Yeah.
having a hard time, and I don't like this feeling because you also said in the beginning of the conversation that Black women with struggling and having they're tired. It's like you're recognizing that, and then you're seeing other women. They're like, "Yes, girl, I am tired," and it's like, "Yeah, I totally get it." And then I said, "You know what? I don't think it's only a Black thing. I think it's a woman thing. I
Okay.
think it's honestly it's a lot of women are I've as time goes on, as the years progress, as the decades go on, we have songs about baby mamas. And it's not just Black women singing it. You get what I'm saying? There's the other one
Yeah.
with what's the name of it? That the girl had baby mamas. This goes out to all my baby mamas. Whatever her name is. What is that girl? She was on the she was on American, not American Got Talent, American Idol. Starts with the F. Fantasia. Fantasia. She had a whole
Okay.
song about. She spelled out the words. This goes out to all my baby mamas.
Talk about resources. She made it that far. She
She
couldn't
couldn't
even
even
read.
read. Hello.
Cool.
Do you want to understand why?
We gotta do better, Gigi.
It's
We gotta
just
do
the
better.
curiosity. All you got to do is just be curious. That's all I'm telling you. Be curious. Be curious. That's it. And when you become curious, then you're like, you know what? If a part of you says, "Oh, I can't do that," then you'd be like, "Well, why? Why can't I do that?" Then you're gonna have all, well, I don't have the funds, and I don't this and
Yeah.
this and this, and then you're gonna be like, that ballerina, that African ballerina, she had nothing. She saw in a magazine, in the rubble, in the garbage dumps, a picture
Yeah.
of a woman in a tutu, and she found herself there years later. I think she was actually inside of she was in an orphanage too. It was a terrible, terrible story. Like, but she's like a prima donna. She was on like Cosmo or one of those. It was like, wow. It
Yeah.
happened because she was curious. Now, ask yourself, how do I feel? What is going on? And then why can't I do that? Because your first thing is going to be like, I can't do that, but why can't I? then then the whole things will start to unfold. Get more curious. Find more people that have the same situation as you. Start to recognize it's not a colored thing, it's a woman thing. And then you start to
Okay.
recognize that somebody even said skin folk ain't kinfolk all the time. I learned that real quick. Hey, when is your birthday? Oh, some people came and asked questions and I didn't even recognize. Sorry, Yolanda Astrology. I'm a cusper. She's gone now, but I'm a cusper. I'm a cusp of Libra and Scorpio, but I identify as a Scorpio. Ew, what? You know what I mean? This is why when people come on and they try to troll me, I'm like, oh, wait, this is delicious. Let me get the popcorn because we're about to go in. Have you had a colonoscopy? What a colonoscopy? Whatever. Have you had your colon checked? Because you know what? I got something for you. You know what I mean? Let me tell you something. You got the wrong one. Somebody was like, why are you being so mean? I was like, did you not notice this man talked to me about my forehead and you expected me to go, hi? No, I'm going to go, hi, just enough to punch you right in the dick, sir. What is your problem? Yes, I have a big forehead. It's good for wigs. I'm not wearing one today. However, If you want to get into it, let's talk about your mama. You know what I mean? Let's look. I'm like, no, you got the wrong one. So yeah, basically, let me go back. I'm just telling you this. You start to recognize, you start to recognize that you have connections with people, not color. And then when you start to talk to women,
Yeah.
and you're like, yeah, how did you do that? And they tell you, you know what, I was really afraid, I didn't know, blah, blah, blah. And then they changed. And then they start meeting people. And I'm telling you, oh, my live's going to go off soon. And I'm telling you, this is what I did. Get very curious and be open and be like, you know what? I'm really looking to connect and understand and da 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 da, blah, blah, blah. And then you'll start seeing things that you never thought that you would see before. And then this is the biggest thing, you have to be brave. So there's going to be things that are put in your face. You can't afford the thing. It's not going to happen. It's not possible. You have to be brave and be like, I'm going to continue visualizing the thing that I want because I believe that something can happen. And you're going to have all sorts of stuff tell you no. This is where the whole stoning you with the truth comes in inside of the Bible. It's going to tell you no. You have to push back. They tell you over and over, 300 and something times, fear ye not. Do not be afraid, for a reason. Because if you're going to feel those feelings of fear, you're going to manifest more things to be afraid of. So you got to calm yourself down emotionally. Anyways, there's people that are like listening. I'm glad that you guys still continued listening.
My, Gigi, I didn't mean to take up too much of your time. I got to get back to work.
Yes, I was going to say my live is about to end.
But I appreciate you so much for letting me join your live, and you've given me a lot to think of and a lot of peace. And that's exactly what I'm going to do when I get off in 2 hours. I'm going to go home and I'm going to write down the things that I want to see and that's important to me.
And stick to it.
I think that'll maybe get a better, perspective on myself. Because I'm so tired of having to explain myself.
Okay, wait a minute. My thing is about to end right now. So let me cut it off or else it's going to go away. So I'm going to say goodbye. Thank you. Shit. Oh. My live ended. Oh, darn it. And then I wasn't able to save it. Oh, I don't know. That sucks. You guys. I don't know if I. Oh, wait. Is this it? No, that's not it. It's not it. My archives. You guys, I'm going to have to go. I've been doing these things. Did it? It is! It's there, you guys! Hello! I'm going to be able to edit this and save it. And you guys, whoever stayed on, let me see whoever stayed on. Let's see what you guys are saying. Great celebrity story. That was great. It's amazing you explain levels of blackness to that celebrity. Let me tell you, the person's not on here anymore. He did not agree with me, but I was like, I'm looking at you as a West Indian, and I'm telling you, no, we don't have the same. No. Anyways, okay, you guys. Somebody says I was chased as a boy, transplanted from VA to Baltimore. Ooh, chastised, not chased. I was like, oh, that's interesting. Okay, hold on. Joy the vegan just left an abusive relationship. Now I'm homeless with my son. I need help. Joy, I don't know if you're still on here. I think that you are. I'm not quite sure, but I do lives. You can join my my Telegram. It's the link inside of the bio will tell you where you can go. Oh, here you go. Okay, you can go into my Telegram group and you can ask me questions in there. It's free. I'm not asking you for any money, but I'm trying to end this live. I also do my lives every day around 10 o'clock and 10:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and I can answer some of the stuff that you're talking about. The thing is, I need to hear some more of what's going on. I can only tell you, if you left an abusive relationship, then you're gonna have to do some stuff with inside of yourself to make yourself recognize that it's not your fault. Get rid of the shame. calm your emotions because it's going to be terrifying being out on your own. You don't know, you got a son, where do you go? And you don't want to invite wolves into your life to take advantage of you. So this is why I said, hey, you can join my Telegram group, and there's a community on there. You can ask your questions. If you want to be anonymous, nobody has to know it's you. I can answer, and um, you don't have to worry about any of your business being put out there. But I definitely want to be able to answer and help you in this situation because it doesn't seem like it's possible, but it is very possible. I've known women that have been in relationships that are extremely abusive and then got out, although it didn't seem like it was going to be possible. It's very possible. And yeah, I hope whatever I've said thus far has helped you. Homeless is not fun. It is not fun. And I know if I tell you, utilizing the laws of attraction, because that's what you're here for, that's what this page is about. The first thing that you must do is calm your fears and then allow for yourself to see yourself in a bed, in a house, in a place that you feel like you can be in without having any worry. And then from there, allow yourself to say, yeah, it's possible. Because the fears are going to tell you it's not possible. And what if he finds me and da 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 da, all that kind of stuff. Oh, sorry, YouTube. Um, but it's not true. Those are your fears speaking to you. There's so much. There's so much that I could be saying right now, but I can, and I've got to go. Again, Instagram, it's a shift. Telegram is shift with it's a shift Neville Goddard style. You can find the link inside of my bio. If you guys like what I've said, please share this, thumbs up, something. And Joy the Vegan, I wish that I was able to talk to you before. Have a blessed day. I'll join Telegram. Yes, you too. And keep in mind, I talk about manifesting. If you are somebody that's really dedicated to Christianity and certain stuff, you may not like my message, although it's not anything that you have not heard before. It's just going to be put in the right terms. So I always give people a heads up, especially when people really believe in certain things that Christianity or religions have told them, that it's not going to be the same, but you'll feel less guilt and shame. And that's very beneficial. Okay, I will catch you guys later. It was a pleasure. I will talk to you guys later. Thank you. Bye. I'll see you in Telegram. Okay. And I'm ending my live here.